Hello viewer, welcome to Next Fashion. If you're a new subscriber, you are welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for stopping by. And today we shall be making a circle dress with a halter neckline and an open back. I will be showing the picture, okay, on the screen while I do this, okay. And these are what we'll be needing for this tutorial. Okay, we have this fabric. It's a kind of I don't know how to call it, but it's this type of fabric that is a kind of crepe but very soft, like this. Okay, you need something that is very soft. You don't need something that is very stiff. You need something that will be moving around. Next, we are going to be needing our chalk, of course, our scissors. We have the tape, and then we'll be needing this because we'll be making a channel at the back of the dress where we'll be passing this rubber through it. Okay, so the first thing to do is you'll be turning. Okay, this is a 2 yards fabric. Okay, so you shall be opening the fabric like this, and then you'll be folding it in a bias form. You'll be folding it in a bias form like this. Okay, so this is how the bias form looks like. All right, I'll be using pins to hold them in place. Because the fabric moves around and the table is a kind of very slippery. So this is it after I've had, folded it and held them with pins. So the measurement we shall be needing for this tutorial is the shoulder measurement. Then we'll be needing the waist measurement, waist round. Okay, the waist length and the waist round, and then the full length of the dress. So for this dress, we shall be making it at 33 inches. So I'll be adding 1 inch to make it 34. So our shoulder measurement is 16 inches, which is going to be divided by 2, and that will be 8 inches. And from our shoulder down to the waistline, we're going to do it at 15 inches. Okay, we're going to do it at 15 inches. So the camera is not able to capture the whole fabric, the whole table, so I will be shifting it up and shifting it down while I do the tutorial. Okay, so the first thing to do is to mark our 8 inches. Let's see where 8 inches starts from. Okay, so this is 8 inches here. Okay, now before we get to 8 inches, we'll make it at 9 inches because I'll be adding about 1 inches allowance at the top, which will enable me to make channel for the rope that I'll be creating. Okay, so let me mark here. Okay, and mark here. But before I draw it out, I'll have to measure this side. So if this side gives me 12, I should be able to have 12 on this side also. Okay, so I'll mark a line across this like this. I told you that the fabric is shifting. Okay, I don't know if it's visible from the top there. I think it should be visible enough. Okay, so from here I'll be going down by 34 inches. Yes, the length is 33 plus 1 is 34. So I'll be marking down 34 from that point. So you take the round, you measure 34 here. Okay, you keep measuring 34, from the line I marked at the neck. Okay, when I'm done, I'll show you where it stops, but I'm just taking it down because the camera is not capturing everything. Okay, but when I'm done marking, I'm going to show it out to you. Okay, so this is it. This is the line. This is the line we have that I marked. Okay, so this is the full length of the dress, including the allowance for folding. Okay, and I said I was going to add 1 inch allowance here, so I'll measure outwards like this. I'll measure upwards about 1 inch, and about 1 inch here. Then I'll mark it across. I'll mark it across like this. Sorry, the marker is, the chalk and the material, they're not just compatible. I don't know. So that is it. So another thing is I want to eliminate the V here because it is in bias form. So by the time I cut it, this place might go down deep. So I want to come up here by about 1 inch. Again, I'll come up here by 1 inch because I don't want the neckline to go deep inside. And then I'll use this curve part of the French curve, okay, to mark it upwards like this. So this is the line that I came up by here, okay. This is it. So what you do next is to mark the waistline. You mark the waistline from this point, okay, but this is the folded edge, so we'll not need it on the folded edge. We'll be needing it on the part where it is open, okay. So I'll be taking it from our actual measurement, not on the allowance measurement, okay. So I'll come down by 15 inches here, and then I'll use my scissors to make a notch like so, okay. See how it is, and then that is it for the front part of the dress. Then you use your marker to cut it out, your scissors, sorry, to cut it out like so, okay. So this is what we have, okay. This is what we have. I'll go ahead to remove the pins, and then I'll open up for you to see what I was talking about at the point where I came up at the shoulder area, okay. Trying to remove the pins everywhere. So this is it, you see. So if I had not come up like that, it would have been V here. Look at the mark here, see, it would have come here, but because I came up by 1 inch, it has given me that curvy look, okay. So we are going to be cutting the back piece. I'll be bringing the other side, okay. We'll be bringing the other side like so, okay. We're bringing the other side and opening it up. Let me do it off camera. So I went ahead to fold the other part of the fabric and I placed it under. This is the front piece. I placed the front piece on top of the back piece like that, okay. So you remember the notched part we have here, okay. You remember we notched 15 inches here, so we are going to make the same notch on the down part like this, okay. So I want to be you just make the notch on the under part, that is the back part, like this, okay. Or let me just make a line here, let it be showing the starting so that I'll be able to use my tape to take down the measurement, okay. So when you do this, then you measure from here because we have an allowance here, if you remember. So we measure from here and it gives us about 17, yeah, because here it was, yeah, it's 17 here, so we have 17. So you come here and mark 17 on the down part, okay. That's the part of the fabric where we'll be using it as the back, okay. So but by the time you are done putting down the 17 inches, okay, and marking it all across like you see me do, I don't know if it's visible on the camera. So you put down this measurement all across like this, okay, all across like this, and then you will not cut on that line because we will be needing a channel to fix in our elastic, okay. So you'll be coming up by about maybe 1 inch or 1.5 depending on how wide your elastic band is going to be, okay, depending on how wide your elastic band is going to be, but make sure you calculate it, okay. So here I'm having just 1 inch, but I think by the time I cut it, I'll go up by maybe a quarter of an inch or half an inch. Okay, so that is it. You cut it out. Okay, you don't remove the front part yet. Okay, don't remove the front part yet. Then you use the length, the same length you have that one, and then you cut it out like so. And that is it. And that is it. We have the front piece and we have the back piece. So I'll go ahead to create the channel on the sewing machine. What you will do is you will do a quarter, maybe half an inch fold, and then you fold it back like this. Then you stitch it down. Make sure you create a room that this will be able to pass through using your safety pin. Let me go and stitch it down. Then I'll come and fix the channel on the camera. Okay. So I've already folded the back. Okay, I folded it like so, and then I went ahead also to fold the neckline, the upper part of the front. Okay, so this is the front and I folded it already. This is how it looks. Let me open it up. Okay, so this is how it looks after I was done folding, but I realized that I needed to reduce about 1 inch at the mid side of the front. You remember I added 1 inch here, so I was supposed to reduce the 1 inch at the down part, okay, at the full length, so that it doesn't become too long, because I don't want it to be very long like that. So this is the folded edge, the folded part. Okay, so I'll be coming up by 1 inch. I'll be coming up by 1 inch. Where is my, okay, I'm looking for my tape. I'll be coming up by about 1 inch like this, and then I'll just be curving it outwards like this. Okay, I'll just have a way of finishing it so that it doesn't reach the sides. All right, then I'll cut it out. I'll cut it out. So that will make the length to be the same with the side. Okay, yeah, so that is it. See, they now have the same length. Okay, so I'll be creating the rope. All right, I'll be creating the rope using about maybe 1 inch. Yes, just 1 inch. Let me cut it out so that I will demonstrate how to fold it in. And so I have a strip of about 1 inch wide, 1.5 inch wide, and a length of about 40. Yes, I think I measured it to be 40 inches, 41 or thereabouts. Okay, so this is what you are going to do. You're going to fold both sides inwards like you would do a bias. Okay, now look at it. You fold this part inwards, both sides inwards, and then you close it up like this. Then you stitch it at the side. Okay, just like you have a bias. Fold both sides inwards, close it up, then you stitch the sides that is open. So I want to show a little part of this process, okay, for the sake of beginners. Okay, so you fold it in like this, then you fold this inwards as well, let them meet in the middle like this, and then you close it up. Then you hold it down with your machine like so. Okay, hold it down. So you kind of hold it, give it a little space. So see how it comes out. Continue the same process. like this. Okay, until you get to the end of the strip. Okay, so I'm done, folding up the strip. Here it is. And then I'll start by cutting the elastic. Okay, so our waistline is 28. Okay, the waistline we are working with is 28. Then you divide it into 2, which gives us 14. So we are not going to do it 14 exactly because we don't want the back to be loose. So we're going to be removing about 2 inches. So I'll be cutting it at 12, including all the allowances, all the plus and minus. Okay, I'll be cutting it at 12. Okay, so this is 12. This is 12. Cut it off. And the channels I created are not really very big channels. So I'll be using this small safety pin. It's very small. Okay. So if you have something like this, you can make use of it. Then you start inserting it into the waist of the skirt. Okay. This is the waistline of the skirt part. Sorry, of the back part. I've been mentioning skirting. Sorry, I meant to say the waistline of the back part. So you keep pushing it, okay, but be very careful so that it doesn't come and pass. The elastic doesn't later come and pass. At that point, let me just use a bigger office pin to hold it there. Let me hold it like so, okay, so that it doesn't pass. Okay, where is it? Can't even find it. Okay, so you do this. So this is after inserting the elastic. Okay, so you go over to the sewing machine to stitch it together with the fabric. You do the same on this side, you stitch it together with the fabric. Okay, so I'll do that and come back here. So I brought the camera closer because I want to work on the neckline of the front. So this is the channel. Okay, before I insert this piece, I want to fold this inwards by about 1 inch. Okay, then after I'm done folding, I'll be using my scissors to cut out a little part of this place that this is going to be channeled through. I don't know if you understand. So if I fold this inwards like this, I'll stitch it, I'll keep folding it, then I'll stitch it up to this notched area at the waistline that we have. Then I'll stop there. Okay, I'll stop there before I'll bring the back piece. To continue. Okay, I'll bring the back piece so that I'll continue the joining, because we're going to be joining the back piece together with the front piece at the waist area, like so. I hope you understand what I said. So I'll fold this inwards down to the waist where I notched, and then I'll join the back piece, right side facing right side, and stitch it down to the hem of the fabric or the end of the dress. Okay, so I'm done doing the stitches down to the waistline like I explained, and this is it. This is the right side, and see how it goes, and this is the waistline. So it is at this point that I'll be joining the back piece. I did the same at the other side. This is it. Okay, the right side. So this is the point where I'll be channeling this through the neck area or the shoulder area. Okay, so this is the right side. I'll be notching just a little. Don't join it to the under. Be careful not to join it to the under. Just the upper part. Okay, just the upper part. Just cut a little like this, just enough for this to pass through. Do the same for the other side. Okay, cut just a little, like you see me doing. Careful not to cut much. Okay, and careful not to join the under parts. So you see, this is the upper part. This is the upper part, and that is where we're going to be channeling this through. Okay, I'm still using the small pin. So you push this inwards, keep pushing it. Okay, then you bring it out at that point, and this is what we have. Okay, make sure you drag it so that these sides are equal. Okay, then you fold this inwards like so that it doesn't come and go out. Fold it inwards like so. Okay, my lighter is not here. I would have used a lighter to neaten this part. You can use a lighter, just a little light here. Okay, so this is the neck. Yeah, so this is the neck. This is it. So now I'll be joining the back piece. I'll be joining the back piece, right side facing right side. This is the right side, and then you take this right side, this extra allowance that I left here. I'll go over to the machine and do this side and sew the other side as well. So this is it. I went ahead to weave the sides, the two sides. I weaved them, and also went ahead to weave the full length of the dress. I weaved it all round. Let me show it on full. So one thing I realized is that, okay, this is the up part of the front. Okay, see how it looks, and let me show you the back. Okay, this is the back. So I realized that this part actually went down on my waist. So when you are making yours, don't make the same mistake. Come up from your waistline by about 2 inches, so that you don't have this, you don't have your, back up, unless if you want the whole of your back down to your, close to your bum bum to be showing. If not, you can come up by about 2 inches. Okay, and then the last thing to do is just go over to your sewing machine and fold it inwards. So thank you for watching this video, and subscribe to my channel, like and share. See you in my next one.